AI is taking our jobs and we should be thrilled. Okay, I'm sorry for the hyperbole. I do understand there are real risks with AI that we need to consider, but I want to share a recent experience that has me feeling pretty optimistic. So over the last few months, I've made it a point to build in public, sharing little tidbits of how I'm building flow state. When I started out, I struggled. It was impossible to be seen as a newcomer. The algorithm didn't want to show my posts to people because they weren't grabbing people's attention. All the while, what grabbed my attention was all the claims of how AI could write copy for me, generate images and video, and simply automate my work. I honestly got pulled into this and tried some of it, but nothing worked. It wasn't until I started posting videos of myself that I started to get real attention. I'd post these videos where I basically set my attention. For example, in the next 30 minutes, I'm going to write a script for next week's talk break. This was part of my time and task experiment to increase accountability and focus for myself. It was honestly these posts that gained a lot of attention. It was also cool because it's these posts where I was most authentically me, most human. And then last week again, I was reminded of how the more human and vulnerable I show up, the more attention I seem to get. I had shared a post with details of how much money I made from flow state over the last month and explained why I'm seeing an uptick in new signups. This post got a lot of attention, initially on its own, and then boosted even more when Daniel Vassallo, famous for the small bets community he's built, he quoted my post in his own post. And of course, this boosted it even more. And, why am I sharing all of this? Well, because over the last few months, throughout all the noise of optimizing everything with AI, the thing that's actually worked the most is me showing up as my most authentic human self. I feel like I've essentially been pushed gradually towards being more authentic, which is really cool because I believe authenticity is considered to be our highest frequency emotion, which also makes sense to me because when I'm authentic, I'm not fighting against my true nature. I'm not exhausting myself trying to impress people, pretending to be something I'm not. And people can feel this. I'm reminded of Austin Kleon in his book, Show Your Work. And here's a quote from that book. Human beings want to know where things come from, how they were made, and who made them. The stories you tell about the work you do have a huge impact on how people feel and what they understand about your work. And how people feel and what they understand about your work affects how they value it. This is exactly what I'm experiencing. People want to see my process, my struggles, not just the end result. And so as AI gets better at creating perfect, the imperfect becomes precious. When machines can generate flawless presentations, the most valuable thing I feel I can offer is what AI can't, which is my actual experience, my real struggles, my genuine perspective. This is the same reason Reddit performs so well as a review site versus ads or official review sites, because we know on Reddit there are real humans sharing real experiences. So in the end, what I'm learning is that my story, my struggles, my vulnerabilities aren't weaknesses to be optimized away. They're actually features that make me irreplaceable.